and I don't even know where to begin today. So we all thought Hope defecting to Logan was the biggest betrayal the show could give us this year, right? Like, we thought Brooke smashing monitors and Ridge declaring war on the Spencers was the peak of the mountain. But no, the writers were just warming up. Because what RJ and Melissa Dillon just pulled off, it makes Hope's little fashion stunt look like absolute child's play. I am honestly still shaking my head at the screen. Let's be real, who actually saw this coming? RJ Forrester and Melissa Dillon just dropped a nuclear bomb on Los Angeles. And I am here for it, but also I am so exhausted by this family. So here is what happened. RJ and Dillon have secretly designed their very own fashion collection. Yes, you heard me right, under a completely mysterious, brand new fashion house name. They didn't tell anyone. They didn't pitch it to Ridge. They didn't take it to Katie. They went rogue. And they didn't just go rogue. They went full villain mode. I mean, maybe I'm being too harsh. Okay, that sounded dramatic, but you get what I mean. They are sick and tired of living in the giant, suffocating shadow of the Forrester family. And honestly, can you blame them? But the way they did it is just, wow. Let's talk about RJ for a second. For the longest time, RJ has been the golden boy, the peacemaker, the one who just wanted to design and make his grandpa Eric proud. But a few episodes ago, we started seeing this darker, more manipulative side of him. Like when he ducked Will's punch at the bikini bar so Eric would get hit. That was cold. That was calculated. But this new move, this is a whole new level of ruthless. RJ is officially done being the good son who waits his turn. He is done waiting for Ridge to notice him over Thomas, or waiting for Steffy to give him a scrap of budget. He wants the whole pie, and he wants it now. And then there is Melissa Dillon. Oh, Dillon. We knew she was ambitious. We saw her making moves on Will. We saw her hooking up with RJ at the beach house. But we thought she was just a social climber looking for a rich boyfriend. We were so wrong. Dillon is a mastermind. She used her position at Forrester Creations. Remember, she was working under Elektra and then RJ to literally steal confidential company documents. Yes, corporate espionage, you guys. She took Forrester's proprietary data, their vendor lists, their financial projections, and used it as the foundation for this new secret fashion house. What were they thinking? Actually, I know what they were thinking. They were thinking they could get away with it, and they kind of did. Dillon used her absolute razor-sharp wit and charm to lure in investors, but not just any investors. She went right into the Shark Tank and poached investors connected to Bill Spencer. I mean, the sheer audacity to go after Dollar Bill's money people. She convinced them to back this mysterious new venture. And how did she seal the deal? With RJ. RJ used his family reputation to build the credibility they needed. He walked into those meetings flashing that Forrester smile, using the Forrester name to get his foot in the door. Hi. I'm Ridge Forrester's son, Eric Forrester's grandson, and I have a groundbreaking new project. The investors probably thought they were funding some secret Forrester offshoot. But no, RJ took their money, took the Forrester name, and built a guillotine for his own family. It is wild. I am honestly a bit tired just trying to keep up with the sheer amount of backstabbing happening right now. Wait, let me backtrack a little because the launch itself was insane. So then comes the launch, the big reveal. The moment the mysterious fashion house drops its debut collection. And they didn't just quietly launch it on a Tuesday. No, they timed it to directly compete with both Eric Forrester's Haute Couture return and Hope Logan's Massive Hope by Logan debut. It was a bloodbath, a fashion bloodbath on the runway. RJ and Dillon put their designs right out there, head-to-head with the two biggest fashion events of the decade, and the clothes. From what we saw, they were edgy, they were fresh, they were exactly what the younger demographic wants. They made Eric's stuff look dated and Hope's stuff look safe. The double betrayal is just staggering. Ridge and Brooke. You guys, I actually felt bad for them, and I rarely feel bad for Ridge. But Ridge and Brooke were completely, utterly shocked, blindsided. Brooke has already been spiraling, right? She disowned Katie. She evicted Hope. She is losing her mind over her family falling apart. And now her precious RJ, the son she shares with Ridge, the ultimate symbol of their destiny, he just stabbed them both in the back. Brooke looked like she was going to pass out again. I swear Brooke needs a permanent fainting couch at this point. And Ridge was just staring at RJ like he didn't even know who he was anymore. Ridge has been screaming about loyalty, declaring war on the Spencers, firing Will, demanding Elektra stay away from Will. Ridge has been acting like the ultimate patriarch defending the Forrester Fortress. And the whole time, the real threat was sleeping in his own house. Ray J was smiling in his face while stealing his company's secrets. It is poetic cinema, honestly. But also so clunky and messy because that is how this show does things. Let's zoom out and look at the bigger pattern here. The bold and the beautiful loves a good fashion showdown. We had Spectra versus Forrester. We had Quinn's jewelry drama. We have Logan versus Forrester right now. But this feels different. This isn't two established houses fighting. This isn't Sally Spectra stealing designs because she's desperate. This is the youth rising up and saying burn it all down. RJ and Dylan aren't playing by the old rules. They aren't trying to win a fashion show. They are trying to destroy the establishment from the inside out. I mean, the speech they gave, when RJ and Dylan stood up there and declared themselves the future of the fashion industry. Chills, literal chills, but also, what a couple of brats. They stood there, looking at Ridge, Brooke, Eric, and Hope, and basically said, your time is over. They announced that they are ready to burn down both families, the Forresters and the Logans, to build their own empire. They don't care about the legacy. They don't care about the history. They just want the power. And Dylan standing next to him, looking like a total boss. She played everyone. She played Elektra. She played Will. She played Daphne. She used her assistant roles to gather intel like a little spy, and now she is the co-founder of the hottest new fashion house in LA. You have to respect the hustle, even if it is completely illegal and immoral. But this is soap opera land, so who cares about morals, right? I mean, who actually believes this is going to end well for them? Because stealing from Forrester and poaching from Spencer is a recipe for disaster. I just keep thinking about how fans on social media are going to react to this. Half the fans are probably going to cheer because they are so sick of Ridge's hypocrisy and Brooke's whining. Seeing RJ put them in their place is kind of satisfying. But the other half, the traditionalists, they are going to hate RJ for disrespecting Eric. Eric is recovering from a black eye, his haute couture line is flopping, and now his own grandson is kicking him while he is down. It is brutal. It really is. And what about Hope? Hope thought she was the rebel. Hope thought she was making the big, shocking move by going to Logan. RJ and Dylan just stole her thunder completely. Hope by Logan is yesterday's news now. The press is going to be all over this mysterious new house and the scandalous Forrester heir who went rogue. Hope is going to be so mad. She sacrificed her relationship with her mother for this, and RJ just overshadowed her in 5 seconds. It's almost funny how quickly the tables turned on her. Maybe I'm giving RJ too much credit. Maybe this is all Dylan's mastermind plan, and RJ is just the face. I mean, he has always been a bit easily led. Remember when he was so obsessed with Luna? But no, changing my mind here. RJ has a vicious streak now. We saw it when he set Will up at the bikini bar. RJ knows exactly what he is doing. He is weaponizing his family's love for him. He knew exactly which confidential documents to take. He knew exactly how to hurt Ridge the most. So what happens next? A new era of fierce competition has opened up. It is a three-way war now. Forrester Creations, Logan, and this new RJ, a Dylan Empire. Who is going to win? Can Forrester Creations even survive this? They have lost hope. They have lost RJ. Their designs are being stolen. Ridge is going to have a heart attack at this rate, and Bill Spencer, when Bill finds out Dylan used his investors. Oh, Dollar Bill is going to rain hellfire on them. You do not mess with Bill Spencer's money. Never, ever mess with Bill's money. Let's talk about the confidential documents again, because I just cannot get over this. What exactly did Dylan and RJ take? We are talking about the core of Forrester Creations. The fabric suppliers, the pricing margins, the PR contacts. The stuff that Eric and Ridge spent decades building. And Dylan just waltzed in, probably carrying a cute little designer tote bag, and downloaded it all onto a flash drive. It's so soapy and ridiculous, but I love it. I mean, where was Charlie Weber? Our favorite bumbling security guard was probably eating a donut while the entire future of the company was being stolen right under his nose. Typical Charlie. But seriously, the level of betrayal here is astronomical. And Brooke. Let's dig deeper into Brooke's reaction, because my heart actually aches for her, even though she annoys me half the time. Brooke has spent her entire life trying to secure her place and her children's places in the Forrester dynasty. She fought Taylor, she fought Stephanie, she fought everyone. And her children were supposed to be her legacy, but now Hope has defected to the Logans, basically rejecting the Forrester name. And RJ. RJ didn't just defect, he actively sabotaged them. Brooke is watching her entire life's work crumble. The destiny she shares with Ridge is being torn apart by their own offspring. I honestly don't know how Brooke recovers from this. She was already crying and screaming at Katie, but this is a silent, soul-crushing kind of pain. And what about the investors? I really want to know how Dylan managed to trick Bill Spencer's people. Bill is a shark. His investors are sharks. You don't just walk into a boardroom and say, "Give me millions of dollars," without a solid plan. Dylan must have presented those stolen Forrester documents as proof of concept. She probably showed them Eric's unreleased sketches or Steffi's marketing strategies and claimed they were RJ's original ideas. It's brilliant, it's devious, and it is so incredibly dangerous. When Bill Spencer finds out that his own financial network is being used to fund a rogue Forrester operation, he is going to explode. We might actually see Bill and Ridge team up. Can you imagine? Ridge and Bill, the ultimate enemies, joining forces to crush RJ and Dylan. That would be television gold. I also have to wonder how this impacts the whole Will and Elektra situation. Will was basically exiled from the family and treated like a criminal because he accidentally punched Eric. Ridge acted like Will was the devil incarnate. But Will was just trying to be loyal to his mom's company. RJ, on the other hand, intentionally plotted to destroy his own family's legacy. The hypocrisy is just blinding. I hope we'll get some moment of vindication here. I hope he walks right up to Ridge and says, "I told you so." RJ manipulated that entire situation at the bikini bar to make Will look bad, all while he was secretly plotting this massive corporate coup. RJ is a sociopath in the making, and I am kind of terrified of him now. Let's circle back to the runway show because the visuals in my head are just too good. Imagine the scene. Eric is debuting his haute couture line, trying to prove he still has it. Hope is debuting her Logan line, trying to prove she doesn't need Forrester. The press is flashing their cameras, the tension is thick. And then, out of nowhere, this mysterious new fashion house hijacks the narrative. Maybe they hacked the screens. Maybe they did a guerrilla-style fashion show right outside the venue. However they did it, they completely stole the spotlight. The absolute disrespect of launching it at the exact same time as Eric and Hope. It's a power move. A very arrogant, very dangerous power move. And the declaration they made. Let's analyze that. We are the future of the fashion industry. It's such a cliché villain line, but coming from RJ, it hits different. He has always been the soft-spoken one. To see him stand up there, practically spitting venom at his parents, declaring that he is ready to burn down both families to build his empire. It's a massive character shift. Some people might say it's out of character, but I don't think so. When you are ignored and underestimated for that long, the resentment builds. And Dylan was the perfect catalyst. She was the match that lit RJ's fuse. They are a toxic, unstoppable duo, and they are about to make everyone's lives miserable. I really, really hope the writers don't just sweep this under the rug in a few weeks. This needs to have long-lasting consequences. RJ and Dylan need to actually build this empire. We need to see them struggling. We need to see them succeeding. We need to see the Forrester family actually facing real competition for once. Not just Spencer Publications buying a fashion house, but a true grassroots competitor rising up. It shakes up the entire dynamic of the show, and honestly, it was getting a little stale with just the usual Logan versus Forrester whining. And let's not forget about Zende in all of this. Poor Zende. He finally got promoted to lead designer for Hope for the future after Hope left. He thought this was his big break. He thought he was finally going to get the respect he deserves. And now, this new RJ and Dylan brand is probably going to completely eclipse whatever Zende is working on. The market is going to be so oversaturated with this new drama that nobody is going to care about a recycled HFTF line. Zende is going to be furious. He might even try to jump ship and join RJ's new empire. Could you imagine? Zende, RJ, and Dylan teaming up to completely destroy Forrester Creations. The betrayal would be absolute. It just goes to show that in the world of the bold and the beautiful, loyalty is a myth. Everyone is just waiting for their chance to stab someone in the back. And honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way. The drama is the fuel that keeps this engine running. But I do have to wonder, is there any coming back from this for RJ? When you declare war on your own family, when you publicly humiliate your grandfather and your parents, how do you ever sit down for Thanksgiving dinner again? You don't. RJ has crossed a line that cannot be uncrossed. He has burned the bridge, blown up the river, and salted the earth. And Dylan, she has cemented herself as one of the most dangerous players in Los Angeles. She went from being a lowly assistant to a CEO in the blink of an eye. She is the ultimate opportunist. I kind of love her for it, even though she is terrible. She saw a weakness in RJ, she saw the cracks in the Forrester Foundation, and she drove a bulldozer right through them. She is going to be a massive headache for Steffy and Brooke for years to come. Okay, I am actually going to wrap this up now before my keyboard catches on fire. This is just too much to process in one day. The double betrayal, the stolen documents, the poached investors, the runway ambush. It is soap opera perfection. It is clunky, it is chaotic, it is full of plot holes, but it is so incredibly entertaining. Keep watching, you guys, because this new era of fierce competition is going to be a wild ride. And I will be right here, typing furiously, breaking it all down for you.